Okay, so everyone's finished singing the theme tune to Star Wars then.
Battlefront. Star Wars Battlefront. EA Electronic Arts Battlefront Star Wars the video game.
So
To give it its full title.
Yeah. Right, so you really have to explain this to me, because I like Star Wars and I like the Star Wars films and universe and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
But I'm not a Battlefield fan. But what? Okay. Right, okay, first off, what's the difference between Battlefield and Battlefront?
Okay, so nothing. Well, everything. Well, nothing.
Brilliant.
Okay, so Battlefield obviously has had a huge chain of games, going all the way back to obviously Battlefield 1, then you got 1942, then you got Battle Vietnam, then you got Battlefield 2142, and then you got Battlefield 3, 4, and then
Bad Company.
Bad Company, yeah. You like Bad Company?
I liked Bad. I played Bad Company. Yeah. I like Bad Company.
And I think it encompasses the whole first-person shooter. I mean, it is the quintessential Battlefield first-person shooter, and it's awesome.
Okay, right.
So the difference is basically DICE, who are the big developers of the Battlefield series. Yeah. They kind of have been given the full Star Wars license, and basically they've gone to town and had essentially what a lot of people were criticising of just a Battlefield skin. A Star Wars skin on top of a Battlefield game.
It looks different to me. Like, as an outsider who doesn't play this game, it looks slightly different to me. I quite like watching it in terms of, like, it's it doesn't look complicated, put it that way. No, it's nice and simple. Which is one of its criticisms. I like that.
I like the game. Battlefront is cool, but it really does have its limitations.
Oh, right, okay.
It's very, very encompassed within itself. So basically, Battlefield, you see me play that, and I find that the opportunities that Battlefield presents is limitless. You can you can jump in a helicopter, you can land behind enemy lines, you can go in stealth, you can make your own story however you want it to be. You've got lots of maps and lots of different game styles. Whereas I get the impression with this, like, every time I look up, you seem to be on the same map. Yeah. Now that's partly my fault, because I do like certain game types, which kind of
loser.
Yeah, I know. But that's another problem. I mean, there's a few game types. I think there's maybe about 9 altogether. Maybe 9,
that's
10.
A fair few. Okay.
It is, but they're all the same.
Oh, right.
Literally, about 20% of them offer any real difference.
Right.
And that's the ones that I like. There's Walker Assault, which is a great, massive 20v20 open, big scale map.
I don't think you could put epic, massive map when it's 20v20. So what's Battlefield? What was there? Was it 30 odd versus 30 odd?
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
That's pretty massive.
It was. I think there's more than that, actually, but yeah, it is. But look at the footage now. See, this is the big old AT-AT. Yeah. This is basically the game type Walker Assault, where you have to take out the AT-ATs before they come and blow up.
Oh, but they look like camels.
Yeah. No, I know. You're still going to shoot them. See, look at me there.
Oh,
there's my little rocket launch going.
Pew, pew.
Which is kind of going back a little bit. Another big thing that was criticised about Battlefront was this season pass business.
Oh, right, okay, so what's the season pass?
Basically, the season pass, like every other game, especially these days, basically, when it was announced, everyone, oh, yes, please, I'll buy a season pass. So, Mr. EA, what is in said season pass?
Yeah.
And EA kind of turned around and went, oh, no, we're not telling you.
So, what? So how much is a season pass?
Okay, so the base game is around £50, brand new.
Right.
The season pass averages between £35 and £40 on top of that.
Oh my!
Yeah.
And they weren't going to tell you what was in it?
They have now announced what the season pass entails.
Okay.
And the plan is, what they call the road ahead of the next year, is 4 lots of downloadable content, including new heroes, new maps, new bump, new all that sort of jazz.
Right, and it's going to be about £40.
It is £40, yeah.
I would want EA to come around and massage my wrists.
Just
my wrists.
Right.
After an hour of gameplay, that is what I would want for £40 of DLC. that's not very good value for money, is it, really?
Well, this is the problem, and I think this is the big problem with what I've got anyway with these season pass bits and pieces, is that I look at it as they've got, from the very first game, outset of the game, to the very last bit of DLC, you buy about 20% when you initially buy that game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, and I really find that really frustrating, because, you know, when you buy, say, a book, right, you pay £15 for a book, £10 for a book, like a big,
yeah, that's what I tell you. Yep.
Yeah.
They're
okay,
really expensive books.
£70, but you don't get like the first chapter, do you?
No, you actually get the book. Like back in the day when you bought a game, and you actually got the game, and DLC was like a kind of add-on extra if you wanted it. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, and I probably am wrong, but I'm sure like Arkham Asylum.
Yeah.
Amazing game, absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
Got that, and then there was like DLC afterwards.
Yep.
Which, you know, it was optional. You could play if you wanted to.
Yeah.
It didn't add or take away from the story. I get the impression now that DLC is part of the story. You need to have that, and that's not fair. I'm not paying.
That's it. It's not fair. You're right.
Yeah, it's not fair.
And I don't like, and that's it. I don't like it how developers force you into having to purchase these DLCs to get the most out of a game that you might already love.
Yeah,
and
that you've already paid for.
And you've already paid for.
Yeah.
But I am going to say one game. Destiny.
What? I've heard of it.
Yeah.
You know, I might have put in
probably one of the probably one of the worst offending downloadable content microtransaction games.
Yeah, but look at this footage. Flying through there. Let's move fast now. Actually, speaking of footage, it does look like a very nice game. It does look like the Star Wars universe.
It is gorgeous.
And you get to play as Gary the Stormtrooper, so that must be quite exciting.
Yeah, you do play against Gary. It is an absolutely gorgeous game. Probably one of the most immersive first-person shooters.
Yeah.
You know, you running along with your team by the side of you, running under the legs of an AT-AT in Hoth. It's incredible.
It's one of those games as well. You can actually play with the little fella around because there is no blood and gore. No. It's flashing lights. You couldn't even consider it to be violent.
No.
You know, it's flashing lights and zappy lasers, and it's all a bit of fun. That I don't think, you know, young kids could be scared like the way they can be with Destiny and maybe some other games. It's a bit terrifying.
Yeah.
This
isn't. I mean, this is probably the nearest thing that comes to real violence when you are Darth Vader and you're Geoff Vader, and you're running around with a lightsaber. But let's be honest. I mean, if you're really that pent up about you know, Darth Vader, then get out more.
Yeah.
You know? The world is not a nice place, and your kid will find that out pretty quick.
Hop on your AT&T and jog on down the roads. But
no, I mean, just to sum up, Battlefront, really cool game. I do associate it with being, you know, very pretty on the outside, not much content in the middle.
A bit like me.
A bit. No, not a bit like. And it's a shame, but am I still going to play it? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Am I going to ask you really kindly if I can buy the DLC? Yeah, probably.
You're not going to ask you shit. Just do what I do with books and pay that £15.
I took them all out then. Yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it is fun and it's very good. And one thing I do want to point out, do you want to see Darth Vader in the campus pose ever?
Yes.
Ready?
There.
Boom. Have you ever seen him do that?